My turn. Not what I said. Not what I said at all. You're not listening. All right. I gotta go. What's going on, BU fam? It's yours truly, Mr. Bridges, back with another talk today. And today we're going to talk about communication. Everybody talks about how communication is key in a relationship. Well, today we're going to talk about what I believe are the keys to good communication. Before we get started, go ahead and click that red subscribe button in the corner of your screen. And as always, if you like the content, hit the thumbs up at the bottom of this video and share with a friend. All right, so when I think about communication, I think about two different types. There's verbal and there's nonverbal. We're gonna take the nonverbal and save that for another video. Today, we're just gonna talk about the verbal. When we break that down further, I think about two different types of communication. There's public speaking and the ones that we're gonna have in our relationships. Our public speaking is where we're in front of the boardroom or at work or we're in front of class, giving a presentation, just spitting out facts and information to people. In our relationships, which don't have to be limited to significant others, it can be family members, friends, people who you meet out in the streets who you may develop long-term relationships with. Those are the type of people that we have to foster healthy relationships with. And I believe if you master communication, you can master relationships. So we all been in a point in our relationships, whether it be our significant other or family members, where we feel like that guy. Nobody wants to be done in a relationship. Nobody wants to feel like they're talking to a wall in a relationship. So we have to learn how to master this communication. And these three keys into verbal communication are the things that I'm hoping that are going to help us. So the first point is, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. My mother used to always say this to me. And she used to say, your mouth gonna get you in trouble because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And you don't have to say it without being an asshole. Well, not because I was an asshole. All right, I lied. I might be a little bit of an asshole. But she wasn't saying this to me because I was an asshole. She was saying it because she didn't want me to come off as an asshole to everybody who I met. So she wanted me to basically learn to check my tone at the door when I was having conversations with people and think before I spoke about how I was going to deliver my message. Which brings me to point number 2, and that's knowing and adjusting to your audience. You're not going to talk to your friends in the streets the same way you talk to your moms, and that's heavily advised. Because if your mom's is anything like my mom's, she's not one of your little friends, and she's going to throw a high heel at your head. But seriously though, I'll give you an example. When I was sideline coaching, I had two players who were completely different, but both talented. One player, I had to put him under my arm and talk to him and kind of get into the mental part of what he was doing in the game and tell him, you made a mistake, try harder, and he would respond to it right away. He didn't respond to yelling, he would literally break down and cry. Another player was a tough kid from Brooklyn, and it was more or less like, yo, tighten up, you know better than that. And right away, he knew what it was, and he got on his thing. I sent the same message to both players and got the same result as far as knowing what it meant to play on my team and the type of effort you had to put forth, but I gave him, and I sent those messages in different ways. And the last key is certainly not least, but it's our third key, and that is that there are two sides to every communication. And we have to learn how to listen to understand and not to respond. And we have to learn how to speak to be understood and not to be heard. And what that means is this. When we listen, we're so intent on rebutting what the other person has to say because we want to defend ourselves, right? We're like, I got you. But if we just kind of sit still and listen to what they're saying, they may address our concerns and what we have to say and answer our questions by expressing their feelings and desires, right? And then now you can say, all right, I got you. I'm going to change up. I'm going to do what you need to do because I wasn't doing that, or I'm going to continue to do what you're saying that you like. Or you can say, you know what, I disagree, right? On the other hand, when we're expressing our feelings to somebody and we're trying to let them know what we feel and we're telling them our desires, what we want them to do to better our relationships, we have to make sure that we're speaking to that person. We can't just kind of blanket every time we want to express our emotions, to everybody. Some people come from different backgrounds. Some people, they don't respond to certain things. Like, you can't yell at me. When I'm in my relationships, I do this. Like, I'm like, you got to calm down. Like, we talking like this. We can have a full out argument about, whether or not dinosaurs are real or, Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, all of that. We can do all of that, but we're going to talk like this. Now, when we talk about Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan, I'm up here. You know who the GOAT is. But seriously, y'all know who the GOAT is. No, I'm joking. But you gotta be able to express yourself in different ways because somebody may not hear you the way that you like to express yourself. If you're a yeller, learn how to calm down. If you quiet and timid, learn how to speak up a little bit more. It's okay to do so. All right. So those are my 3 points and my 3 keys to communication. I hope y'all followed along. I hope y'all like them. We're going to do another video on our nonverbal cues coming up. And like I said, if you like the video today, go ahead and thumbs up it, share it with a friend, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We got more. And like always, be you.